What's good, Washington fans? So apparently we are bringing in wide receiver Adam Humphries, the former Tampa Bay Buccaneer, former Tennessee Titan, in for a visit, a free agent visit. So most likely, I think we are going to sign him because per Tom Perlicio, probably butchering his last name, Ron does not like to waste time with visits. You know, some people, he brought in Dontrell Inman last year and they signed him a day after. So I don't think they're wasting their time with bringing this guy in. He flew in last night. So Ryan Fitzpatrick, he's advocated the move, according to John Keim. He said that Ryan Fitzpatrick really liked. Fitzpatrick spent 2 years with Adam Humphries in Tampa Bay and told the coaches he's one of the best and smartest slots he's played with. Humphries caught 78 passes in 2018 with Tampa and Ryan Fitzpatrick. So you look at the numbers. Let's look at the numbers for Adam Humphries. The last 2 years in Tennessee with Ryan Tannehill and Marcus Mariota, he had 37 catches in 2019 for 374 yards. And then in 2020, he had 23 catches for 228 yards. Now, he's had some injuries. He had a concussion where he got knocked out against Cincinnati. He ran over the middle and just got knocked out. So one thing, he's not scared to run over the middle. That's what the slot position is. You got to be tough and get those tough yardages. And he's a quick, speedy, twitchy guy. He can make guys miss. He's very twitchy, can make guys miss. I like him a lot. I'm not going to say I like him a lot, but he's a good slot receiver. He would not be bad. Now, this wide receiver room is very crowded. And then we'll look at the numbers with Tampa Bay. He's really shifty. So you think about Julian Edelman, you think about guys like Cole Beasley, Wes Welker, Danny Amendola, those kind of guys. You think of those slot receivers. That's how he plays, honestly. So 2016 in Tampa, he had 622 yards up for 55 catches. In 2017, he had 61 catches for 631 yards. 2018, he had 76 catches for 816 yards. That's when he played with Fitzmagic. 4 or 5 touchdowns. So he is a safety blanket. You can do a lot of screen passes, a lot of dig routes, drag routes, shallow crosses, things like that to get him open. And he breaks tackles. He's a tough guy. So this would not be a bad move at all. But you look at the trajectory of our wide receiver room, and it's very crowded. So he could be a camp body. I don't really think this is a camp body sign. I think this might be a guy that they really want to bring in. And with Tennessee, he's undrafted out of Clemson, signed a 4-year, $36 million contract with the Tennessee Titans. So that was a good amount of money. They just released him a couple weeks ago. So honestly, I would not sign him for anything more than $3 million per year. To be honest with you, I would not bring him in for anything more than that, because honestly, I wouldn't say this is not a necessary move, but you look at the team, you already have Terry, right? You have Curtis Samuel, and then you have the other guys like Cam Sims, Calvin Harmon, AGG. So those are the 3 guys who are big body receivers. Isaiah Wright, you probably cut him. I probably cut Steven Sims as well, to be honest with you. But I still think we should draft another receiver. Now, this move could really help our versatility and our position flex players in the offense, and it brings more dynamics. It makes our offense more dynamic. It brings some more explosiveness as well, because he is explosive. He can make guys miss. He's really shifty, really good at getting open, really good at with yards after the catch, runner after the catch ability. So he would make this offense more dynamic. Now, we would be the Smurfs. Our starting receivers would probably be Terry, Curtis, and Adam Humphries. All those guys are 6 feet and under. But we would just be very shifty and very fast. That's what the NFL is right now. Getting separation, just being fast. You look at the Chiefs, they're all small, short guys that are just running around getting open. So we would be similar to that. I'm not saying we're like the Chiefs, but we would be somewhat similar to that offense where you just get guys that can run, some runners and some track stars, some guys that can run. So, but you look at this offense, the wide receiver room is getting really crowded. So, and we still might draft a receiver. Personally, even if we make this move, I would still want to draft a wide receiver in the first 3 rounds. Like I said, I named some guys yesterday. Elijah Moore, Rashad Bateman, I would love that in the first round. Terrace Marshall, Jalen Darden, Tutu Atwell, Amari Rogers out of Clemson. Somebody brought up Dwayne Eskridge out of Western Michigan yesterday. All these guys are first 3-round type talents. Tylan Wallace out of Oklahoma State. All these guys are first 3-round talents that I do not think we should pass up on. Even if we draft Adam Humphries, I think we should definitely bring in one of these top wide receivers in the draft. It would make the room even more crowded, where we would probably have to cut, probably we would have to cut Steve Sims, and then another guy would be the odd man out. Personally, I would only like to keep 5 wide receivers. I would only like to keep 5 wide receivers. Probably Terry, Curtis, draft somebody in the first or second round. Then Adam Humphries would probably make the team, and then it's between Calvin Harmon, Cam Sims, and AGG. Now, there are reports from John Keim that we are possibly moving Calvin Harmon to the tight end position. Now, of course, he would have to gain some weight, but he's a heck of a blocker and he's a strong guy. So I could see that happening. I don't know if it will personally. I don't know if it's going to happen, but that's what John Keim said. So it's a very, very, very crowded wide receiver room. Now, if we do sign Humphries, like I said, you got to keep in mind he's had some injuries. He played 7 games last year and had 1 start. Then the year before that, he played 12 games. But in 17 and 18, he played 16 games. 2016, he played 15 games. So he's before last year, he's played at least in 12, 13 games. So he has been pretty durable. But the last 2 seasons, he was not durable at all. So we probably are going to make this move. If I had to give it a grade, I wouldn't give it a bad grade. I would not mind it at all. And then, of course, we're connected to N'Keal Harry as well. So Ron really wants to upgrade this wide receiver room. Like I said, last year, we were not explosive at all. We had Terry McLaurin, and if they double-teamed him, then we were looking for another guy. Sometimes it would be Cam Sims. Sometimes it would be somebody else stepping up big for us. Probably be Logan Thomas playing like wide receiver, getting 8 catches a game or something like that. But last year, we I don't even think we scored 30 points in a game. We barely scored. We didn't score on the opening drive until the last game of the year against the Eagles, against the depleted Eagles team. So I like how Ron is being aggressive. He's trying to upgrade the wide receiver room. I like that a lot. He knows that we need to upgrade. We need to get faster. We need to get some speed. We need to get more separation, help out Terry and help out Curtis now. So maybe putting Adam Humphries in the slot with me, you could just move Curtis around, put him to the outside, and put him in other positions, use him as a running back as well. So this would make us more versatile and show more position flex. So Ryan Fitzpatrick, it looks like the coaches are really listening to Ryan Fitzpatrick and taking his insight for free agency moves already. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. Crowded wide receiver room. Like I said, I would only keep 5 guys. I would only keep 5 guys on the roster when training camp comes. I can't wait for training camp. I really hope they let people in there because there's going to be a lot of competition and a lot of battles, especially at this wide receiver spot. So you guys let me know what you guys think. The 5 wide receivers that I would keep if they bring in Adam Humphries would be, of course, Terry, Curtis, draft pick, and then Adam Humphries. And then the 5th guy is between Cam Sims, Calvin Harmon, and AGZ. So it's tough. It's tough. They probably will keep 6, but it's looking tough for those guys. Of course, Steve Sims and Isaiah Wright probably will not be making the roster. All right, you guys. Health of the football team. Peace.